Welcome to If the Shoe Fits. My name is Brian. Tonight, I'm here with Krista.
Hi.
Mike Diebold.
Hello.
Annie.
Hello.
And our special guest, Nick Montanino.
Hello.
Of Short Break fame.
As we're wearing two short break shirts on accident. Damn it.
No, this is on purpose.
Air quotes, accident.
Yeah. And they're two different colors, too. Same shirt, two different colors.
Yeah. And tonight, we are discussing, can you be a self-deprecating narcissist? That is the question. So, what do you guys think?
Self-deprecating narcissist?
Can you hate yourself and love yourself at the same time?
Oh.
Yes.
Personally.
I think so. I think that you can also love yourself, and I think that you can also just hate yourself. But I think that there's... No? You don't think...
Why does it have to be...
I think there are people who hate themselves
first
completely, and
first
there are
of
people
all,
who love themselves completely.
There has to be some sort
When
of...
it comes to narcissism, that within itself is everything is about you. So whether it's negative or positive,
Yeah.
you still think everything's
So
about
that
you.
was two different questions that Brian asked then,
So you...
essentially.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm a narcissist. Everything is about me. So what does that mean? Are you either talking negatively about yourself or positively about yourself?
So the larger question is, can you hate yourself and love yourself at the same time? Is it okay to talk about both of those things openly?
I think so.
Yeah.
Under
Mhm.
the right circumstances, I think...
I'd say it's very important to be able to do both of those things.
Yeah.
Because if you solely hate yourself and solely love yourself, I think both of those are extremely negative
Yes.
and not good. Because if you love yourself too much, then you can never see yourself do any wrong.
Yes.
And
You will never
when
change.
somebody tries to bring you down or, set you straight, like if you're doing something wrong or what have you, that you'll never be able to accept that.
Yeah, and you'll
think
just
slide
everybody,
into
you think
denial.
everybody else is wrong.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
and you're right.
It
That-
creates too much of that God
and
complex.
That creates a distance within yourself. So
Mhm.
you end up liking this idea that you have about yourself that isn't really you. So you don't actually love yourself, you love who you think you are.
Mm.
Interesting. Yeah.
And I think about, like, you think
So
about
what's the difference then?
Well,
How do you love yourself and not love the idea?
Okay, so I think it's a big practice to be self-aware. First of all, not really many people are, but how can we say if somebody else is or not? We
Yeah.
don't really know. It's their choice to change and become better, or it's their choice not to, and continue their negative whatever. And also, I don't know, it's hard. It's really difficult to say, like, what's a choice and what's not a choice, because you don't know someone's self-control levels. But I think about, okay, you measure your love in what? So if I love Annie, right, and we're in love romantically, thank God, let's say, like, I love her, but there are some things that she does that annoys me and I don't like. But
Is that a bad thing?
no, like, that she's a person, yeah, that's going to bother me, but, like, I love you more than I dislike those things.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, and if you were ever like, hey, I don't like these things about you, me being somewhat self-aware, could be like, oh,
I'll be more
okay,
mindful.
maybe these are not good qualities and I should change them.
Yes, and so, but there also comes a point where, like, you adjust to people that you love, right?
Yes.
But then there's some things just you genuinely
just
can
cannot.
change.
Yeah.
And, like, okay, you may not like this, but you're gonna have to adjust this time to me.
Yeah.
So it's so when it comes to yourself, I don't know. I think people have ways, like, sometimes you're confident. I think it's important to be confident I think it's important to be confident and still know your negative qualities.
Yes.
Like, okay, I know my limits, I know my weaknesses, but doesn't mean I can't do this.
Yes.
Like,
when you go for a job interview and they're like, hey, what are your weaknesses?
That's exactly what I was just going to say.
You can't be like, I have no weaknesses. They're not going to hire you.
Yeah.
They're going to be like,
me?
me? I
You have
don't
to be able
Weak
to spit
never.
those
Look
weaknesses into
Yes.
Weak.
strengths.
Yes, you need to be able to take your
You're
strength.
fired.
Haven't heard that name in years.
That was my father's name. Weakness, that was my father's name.
Yeah, you have to make those weaknesses your strengths.
Or your
And learn-
strengths, weaknesses.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, make good things seem like bad things. Like, sometimes I work too hard.
It's like, bitch, tell the truth. I don't know. I feel like narcissism as well is like you bring everything back to yourself. So, like, if I say, oh, I like this, I don't know. I feel like...
Do you think being extremely insecure is a form of narcissism?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do.
Because
Absolutely.
if you're making it about yourself,
But
It's like a defense
why are you
mechanism.
so
I
obsessed
think
with yourself?
I think it depends on the level of insecurity. Like, I'm insecure about things, but I don't talk about them. So does that make...
Those people are looking
You
for that
narcissistic?
reassurance.
But even if you don't talk about them, you still think that it's about you. You know what I mean? Like, you can still think that things are your fault or about you because you think that you are the reason why things happening. So,
So
you're
then-
so fixated on detail, which you are the detail. Like, let's say Brian has a bad day. and I have no idea what he's going through, what he's thinking about, how he's feeling, but I'm like, oh my god, it's my fault. Like, I'm an awful
Oh
person.
no, not like that.
Then it's like, bitch, like,
Not,
you're fine.
No,
but
I'm talking about insecurities within yourself. Insecurities with the way you look or the way you act.
So
or
you
That
hate
can
how
still-
you
that can
look,
still be an
and
insecurity.
you're constantly
That's what I'm
looking
saying.
in the
Thinking that
mirror
everything's
or
your fault.
something.
Yes, I mean, I always
Oh,
think,
yes.
I think
No,
everything
I
is
know.
my fault, so I'm always like, oh my god,
But I'm talking
Trump is
insecurities.
our president. I didn't vote for
within
him, but it's
yourself.
my fault. Like,
I'm talking insecurities within yourself that have nothing to do with other people.
that's
You're
the
saying
point.
personal,
How is that
how
narcissistic?
like how you look. So say
Yeah,
I
okay.
say I really hate how I look,
Yes.
but I'm like constantly looking in the mirror.
Okay.
Isn't
well,
that a form of vanity?
Yes.
Because
okay? If you're like, say I hate this the way I look, and I'm not looking in the mirror constantly. I just am uncomfortable with certain things.
There's
How is
different
that
people.
narcissistic?
People express their insecurities different ways. I don't ever look in the mirror, so it's like it's different, but you all feel the same thing.
Sidebar.
But how is that narcissistic?
I was going to say, do you have to talk about it out loud to be narcissistic? Or if you think about it,
I
you'll
think
be
if you
narcissistic?
think
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
So then everyone is narcissistic. That's what.
well, that's
Yeah.
human
So-
nature.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. But I
So-
feel
To
like
a
I
certain
think
degree.
in human nature, you're supposed to be on your side. You're born on your side, and you're supposed to be a little selfish. So I think
Yeah.
everyone's a little
Yeah.
has to be
Yeah.
narcissistic.
You can't not
It's
be
like a
selfish. You
primal
would.
trait.
Yeah.
But some
You
people really put that as a focal point for them.
Yeah.
So that's
That's
yeah.
what
In
it
the end,
gets
is
to be a
narcissism
problem.
really bad?
It depends
Not
on the
necessarily.
extremity of it.
Like
I
with most
suppose.
things, it's balance.
Everything in moderation.
in my
Everything in moderation.
when you find yourself
Your
Think
mental illnesses.
responsibly.
when you
In moderation.
In moderation.
drink balance. When you I feel like when you find yourself like I don't know. I think from personal experience of hanging out with people and like listening to a song or watching a movie or like enjoying something and I'm enjoying it and they just like keep talking about like man, I love this. This is so much like me. This is so much like my life. Oh my god, this would happen to me when I was 3 and I relate to this much. And I'm just like I'm trying to enjoy this too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why are you still talking?
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know if that's a me issue, but I get so frustrated. Like, I don't mind listening to other people. Like, I love that. But there are some moments where you're like,
When you're
I
watching
put
a
this
movie.
song on because I like it. Why are you making it about you? It's just, I don't know. Like, this is a stupid thing, too. When people go into your car, I don't know, music is a big thing. So, like, and they, like, take over your playlist.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm doing you a favor. Like,
Yeah.
like,
If you say like, "Hey, pick some songs,"
it's
go
like,
ahead.
why do
When
you think
start,
that I'm just going to give you that right?
when you hop in my car and just automatically start touching the radio
I went
without being like, "Hey, can I change
a couple
this?"
years ago. I hung out with this kid, and I go into his car, and he's like, "Yeah, so as a passenger in my car, you have the right to play my music." And I'm like, "Great! I'm so not impressed about anything." But that is not anything you should be impressed about. He gives me his iPod,
Oh.
and I'm like, "This is still music that you like. You're so."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm fine with silence. Like, I'm not even picking anything. This is so dumb. Like, either way, you're gonna get what you want. It's your iPod."
Yeah.
Should have checked to see if he has Mambo number 5.
Then everyone wins.
Even the cars next to you at red lights win.
I just get so mad at everything that I think I just like fixate on things that people don't even realize they're
Are you
doing.
narcissistic?
No.
Probably.
What you said about the movie thing or the song thing, it's just like if you're listening to freaking Freebird and someone says, I had a bird, like it starts talking about
It's like, was it free?
it's like,
Set it free.
He
what
broke
does
out of his cage.
what does one have to do with the other? Like,
It's like
I'm trying to listen to this 8-minute guitar solo. Shut the up.
at the same time though, if I say, "Hey Mike, I love this song because this is how I feel about it. Can you listen to it?" That's like me
Yeah.
sharing a
Yeah.
part of me with you. But like when you're watching something and someone just like I don't know, because I relate a lot too with
Certain
movies and
characters and
characters, and I'm like, oh
I
man.
think that's the point.
It's,
Yeah.
that's like art is the point. Like Nick said earlier, before we started recording, he said like art is supposed to like
Be relatable.
yes be relatable, but you're not the only one it's supposed to relate to.
Yeah.
Like it's not for you. Like they didn't like Steven Spielberg did not think Christopher Nolan's gonna love this movie. Like,
Some people
it's
just have no self-awareness, though.
but
Yeah.
how
They don't think that,
that goes back to being narcissistic.
Can you
Having no
instill
self-awareness.
self-awareness into people?
Perhaps maybe.
or maybe
I think you
is
can,
being
yeah.
narcissistic a form of having too much
I
self-awareness.
think it's an example of both. I
Is
think.
narcissism? Wait, did you just say is narcissism having too much self-awareness?
That's like
I feel like it's having
Yes.
not enough self-awareness.
Nah.
Well, not enough
Uh,
self-awareness for others, or...
I
You
don't
need
know.
to have
Oh,
it for
yeah.
yourself.
I
Yeah.
get what you're saying,
You
Brian.
have self-awareness about yourself. You think about yourself so
but you don't
much.
worry about anybody
I'm
else.
still
Exactly.
thinking about what you said about the mirror, about vanity, and
Oh, yeah,
basically
that
you're
was-
self-deprecating, but you're obsessed with yourself. Like, as in you don't like what you see, but you keep looking.
Yes.
That's such an interesting thing
Well,
to me.
I'm just speaking from my personal
No,
self.
I'm just saying, like, that's a thing that
That's
exists.
true.
But, like,
That's a
what is
great-
it siding more towards
Yes.
then? Is it self-deprecating or is it
It's both.
obsession?
I think it's hating that part about you, but also, like, trying to
Accept
fix it, or
Like, come to terms with it.
I don't know.
Hey, random question, but on topic. When you pass a mirror, do you look?
Yes.
Always.
I think it depends.
I feel like it's natural to, but
Every car window, I look.
Really?
Narcissism.
Honestly? But is it
Sometimes
Takes
I
me
don't.
forever to get out of the mall, man.
But if you don't like, that's so funny. You're still there right now.
I think
We haven't left.
honestly, there's definitely times that I've. You know what? There's so many mirrors in my house that I'm so used to them being there that I don't look at them.
But if you looked, is it a bad thing?
No.
But
just
is
a
that all you
reflex, I
think
guess.
about? Like, when you leave the house, are you just labeling yourself as what you look like? You know?
Interesting.
Yes.
Like, oh wow, people are gonna judge me on how I look. Like,
Well, I mean,
that's
it's true.
I look so
like
many
I
times.
don't like that. I like being judged on my
Your character.
My
I agree, but
character,
people
like,
do
I-
judge
People-
on looks.
I don't
Don't
know,
do
Just
that.
saying.
The
but
first
I
impression is usually, unless it's a blind person.
I look in the mirror
because
for my
I don't do that to
character.
other people. I try
Right.
I try not to do that to other people. I should
Mm.
say because I I'm not perfect,
I
but
feel like being judged on your character is a two-way street because you have to be willing to let somebody else see that first.
Yes.
Mm.
yes.
So you have to almost be approachable to somebody
Mm.
else
Yeah.
in order for them to actually
True.
get in.
Yeah.
Very true.
Because otherwise
That
they're
is
just
true.
judging based on the way you look.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Which is sad.
like when some
Mm.
people think that people of the opposite gender or sex or someone they think is attracted to them, whatever, like is talking to them only because they want to. It's like maybe they're talking to you because they think you're funny, or they're talking to you because
I think you're
they
nice.
think you're nice. Like, why do you think that you're putting yourself on
Pedestal.
a pedestal in a way, and also you're limiting yourself to what you're capable of. I don't know. Or people, I don't know. Like at the same
You
time,
just assume that people are going to use you.
yeah,
just
and that's
for
how
your
Yeah.
looks.
that's how I get too when it comes to my art. You know, like I've
Mhm.
had that issue for a long time where people will talk to me, and I was so insecure about it because I'm like, oh, they just want to talk to me because they want me to take their photograph, or they want me to give them art. Because
That's narcissistic, though.
perhaps it was because I wasn't seeing anything else of myself other than that because that's
Mhm.
how I was treated for a long time.
Mm.
But
Yes.
you know, like,
That makes
but
sense.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like, I just like, oh, people are going to use me, and I couldn't get that out of my head. Does it still happen? Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to detach from, but at the same time, when I realized that about myself, I tried to show other parts of who I was.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I would kind of counteract that thought because I'm like, oh, they don't even know I'm an artist,
Mhm.
so how could they use me?
Yeah.
You know, kind of like
Mhm.
Yeah.
reverse it.
Mike only talks to me because he wants us to play pressure.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why we're still friends.
You're a narcissist.
You selfish bastard.
Get out of this studio.
I'm leaving.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
I think we're all in agreement here. I think. I don't really know.
I don't think a
We're talking
podcast
about-
we've never not been in agreement.
Yeah,
that's
It's
the
kinda
problem.
scary. Some people hate our podcast.
They're like,
Yeah.
Do you want me to just
Likable
go against
guy.
everything I said?
Yeah. Such likable
You guys are all
Wholesome
wrong.
characters.
like-minded individuals.
This was Yelp, 0 out of 10.
Oh man.
Never eat there again.
And microwave their
Service was
food.
terrible.
one fist on
Shitty Wi-Fi.
That's what I meant. Service was terrible.
Yeah.
Yay! We need a laugh track.
Yeah. Well, we found our sound clip for the preview for this. There we go.
That's so funny.
That's great.
Was there anything else we didn't cover here?
So
Uncle Magic.
go back to
Yeah.
to the question. So do we say yes or no?
I guess we'll have to.
Can it be?
So
Can you love
be
yourself and hate yourself? at the
Yes.
same time?
Yes.
can you be a self-deprecating narcissist?
I think that that's the healthiest way to be.
Yeah.
I
If
agree.
you love yourself too much, that's not cool, and if you hate yourself,
You'll
too
probably
much,
be dead.
Yeah. So have a healthy balance of love and hate, so that you are aware of your
Peers.
flaws and your peers and the people around you, and if you need to make some changes, make some changes, and maybe you'll love yourself a little more. and hate
Thank you,
yourself a
Annie.
little less. You're
Wow.
welcome.
That was good.
That was
Thank
nice.
you. Wow.
I'm just thinking about how many podcasts end with all of us saying, like, moderation, proportion, like, everything is like, we never actually say to one side, we're like,
Because
yeah.
you need a healthy
Yeah.
balance of two sides, you know?
Yeah.
You can't have one extreme or the other.
We know everything.
Yes.
Obviously.
Like-minded people.
Like-minded people, narcissists.
Open-minded.
I have one more closing statement. I think it's important to be aware of the things that you dislike about yourself because those are really what make you you. So you shouldn't really hate those things, but you should embrace them.
Mhm.
Yes. But some things
And
that
never
you
wanna change
dislike-
them.
Well, but some things
Or
that you dislike could be negative characteristics, and maybe
Correct.
other people don't like them, so maybe...
Do you mean like
Unless you're a
antics?
racist.
Well, That's different. But no, I don't think.
Let's talk about racism.
Yeah, let's real quick.
I don't think you should ever want to go back and change things or say, "I wish I was different," because you wouldn't be the same person.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
Especially don't go back and
Something
say, I
I-
wish I was more racist. Like, what's wrong with you?
I wish we killed more Indians. That was my
That's
shock
not
value
funny.
statement for the
That's
day.
not funny.
Why is everybody laughing?
Someone told me this a couple years ago. I actually said today, which is funny theory. But someone was like, you react to situations the best way you know how to.
Yeah.
And the only in some also like your character isn't the first reaction you give, but the aftermath of it. It's like how you go back and you fix it. So if you
The
don't go,
fallout.
yeah, it's like if you react because some things are just impulsive and compulsive and just add like you can't stop it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't define who you are. It just defines a moment that you had. But if you go back, that's what it shows.
I remember hearing something. It was someone saying that sometimes they'll see someone and like judge the way they look, and then immediately after that they're like, "Why am I judging them? People can do what they want." And someone said that I guess someone's parent or whatever used to say that your first thought is the way that you were raised, and your second thought is the way that you actually
I've
feel.
heard that before.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that that's kind of
They're just instinctual things that happen in your brain automatically, but it doesn't mean that's like your...
that
How
doesn't
you
mean
feel.
that that's
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It's that's like when you're going to the movies and they're like, enjoy the movie, and you say you too.
yeah.
Like you're trying to be polite, and that's all that really
Yeah.
counts. I
Your
think.
mother raised you to be stupid.
I've controlled myself. I don't do that anymore.
anymore.
Yeah, I think about it.
You're stuck here. I'm sorry. Do you want my ticket?
I think about it when I'm walking up there. I'm like, I'm not gonna say you too. I'm gonna say
You
thank
probably
you.
still do anyway to nerves.
It reminds me of a tweet that John Gallagher had.
Oh,
that's what I was
last
thinking
week's
too.
guest, yes. Wait, do you
Where-
know the exact tweet?
I'm going to paraphrase. It was,
Yeah.
goes up to the counter. I'll have popcorn. Okay, enjoy the movie. You too. We kiss.
Yes.
Big slide tickets across the counter.
yeah.
Slide tickets across the
That's what
counter.
that was
Yes.
the big punchline. That
We
was
gotta
it.
find that and retweet it.
That was
That's a good
so
one.
funny.
Shout out to Johnny Boy. But, yeah.
All right. So basically, it's all right to hate yourself as long as you love yourself, and vice versa. A little bit of moderation, right?
Love your friends,
Everything.
die laughing.
Yeah.
Thank
Everything-
you.
Everything in moderation.
We get it, you're in a pop punk band. Any other thing you want to talk about with Strawberry? I don't know what you want to, talk about.
Nothing important yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah.
Things are happening.
Things are happening.
Behind the scenes, it's
Mike
flourishing.
Gable doesn't want us to break up.
Yeah. I'm the only one that doesn't want them to break up.
I don't want them to break up.
I just think
You're a
that
narcissist. You're the only one.
I'm Shorebreak's #1 fan. This is about me.
it's about me.
I am Shorebreak.
I created them.
See you next week.